Viewers are left with a mind-bending revelation at the end of Alien, Earth Episode 3, Metamorphosis, which exposes what Boy Kavalier is having Kirsh do with the recently acquired Weyland-Yutani alien specimens. Oddly, it involves one of Joe's surgically removed lungs and a tiny fish-like extraterrestrial that was retrieved from a specimen inside a xenomorph egg. The two battled the xenomorph that had been frightening numerous characters in the first 2 episodes of Alien, Earth after Wendy, or Marcy, fled to save her brother Joe at the end of the 2nd episode. Wendy killed the xenomorph by cutting off its head with her paper cutter blade, although she and Joe were hurt in the process. In his own perverse way, Boy Kavalier might have saved Joe's life, just as he did with Marcy and the other hybrids, despite the unsettling and startling final montage of Alien, Earth. The experiment, as you call it, is extremely unexpected, but all indications are that Joe's alien-infested lung will be put back into his body and that he will survive, at least temporarily. It's difficult to comprehend and even harder to believe what Boy Kavalier and Kirsh are doing with Joe's lung in their Prodigy lab in Earth Episode 3. Since neither of them has ever dealt with this alien species, it is obvious that it is an experiment. If Joe's lung is placed back into his body, it should be disastrous. Joe's lung will probably be used as a host by the fish-like alien within the xenomorph egg, which is what it seems to be doing at the end of Episode 3. This implies that Joe will have a xenomorph developing inside of him and will surely perish as a result of having his lung restored to him. Boy Kavalier may be utilizing this experiment for both scientific research and personal benefit because, as another hybrid named Curly notes, Wendy is obsessed with Joe and uses a camcorder to document the process. Joe's death allows Wendy to return to her true potential as a prodigy innovator. But since Wendy is undoubtedly Boy Kavalier's favorite of the Lost Boys, he might not want to ruin her with Joe's passing. Or perhaps he would want it so that she would pay more attention to him. Given that Prodigy has a tendency to prolong human life, Joe might be forced to transform into a hybrid like Wendy in order to protect himself from the invading alien. On her approach to the Prodigy lab, Wendy, basically the Alien franchise's Ripley substitute, heard the screeching alien, which hurts and pierces her ears. After her contact with the xenomorph, which left her bleeding a white liquid, it's unknown if she is anyway related to the xenomorph progeny, although it appears that there may be some kind of unidentified brain connection. Wendy's difficulty entering the lab before passing out might simply be a side effect of her recuperation process and a sign that she needs more time to recalibrate. She is not permanently defective, as seen by the way her body twitches next to the Prodigy logo on the lab floor. It is probable that she may require further time to recuperate at the beginning of Alien, Earth Episode 4. She and Joe might be in a similar situation if she is connected to the xenomorphs in any way. In Alien, Earth Episode 3, the other hybrids, particularly Nibs, Lily Newmark, are given more attention. She seems to be having an existential crisis over her synth body and the fact that she is no longer human, on top of being terrified by an alien attacking her. In addition, Nibs is uneasy about her new home at Neverland and the reality that she no longer has one. She finds it difficult to grasp reality, her environment, and herself because her human self is truly dead. Her despair serves more as proof of Nibs's maintained humanity, or a copy of it, even though it may have been partially caused by a mistake made during the consciousness transfer process. When Morrow, Babu Sise, meets 2 of the hybrids, Slightly and Smee, he develops into a more significant and nuanced enemy in Alien, Earth Episode 3. When Morrow notices that these synthesizers act oddly like children in adult bodies, he becomes curious about who or what they are and concludes that they are not a threat. After scaring Morrow away, Kirsh returns to Neverland with Joe, the specimens, and the herbids. However, after putting a bug on Slightly, Morrow is able to speak with him and asks if they may become friends. He investigates Boy Kavalier's past while doing so, implying that his pretended fascination with Slightly is actually far more related to his genuine curiosity about Boy Kavalier's activities. Morrow keeps asking Slightly the same question: when is a machine not a machine? This philosophical question has not yet been addressed by Slightly, but the solution will probably expose Morrow's true motivations for their friendship in upcoming Alien, Earth episodes.